Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to MWO Leagues. It is the first competitive run for the new year with Renegade 3s. Joining me once again is One Last Bite from 228 Blackwatch. How you doing, One Last?
All over the place for this, but yeah, I'm doing great. I'm excited.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're just getting our first team set up for the day. This is Renegade 3s. This is, I will say, something that I've never really been exposed to until pretty much now. So let's take a quick peek at the rules while we're getting the teams in here. So the round format here, we've got we're doing best of fives today. All of the drops are skirmish 3 versus 3. Strikes are allowed. There's no streaks allowed, but ATMs and LRMs are. Maximum tonnage of 180 tons. All mechs basically are available that are available in the game right now can be used because they all can be purchased for either MC or C bills. So let's talk about the last couple of segments here about this match format. One last. So what's this with whole drop winning the winning team? What happens?
Yeah, so the winning team from each drop, any chassis they bring, get banned for the rest of the drops for that matchup. So if you bring like the Direwolf, Piranha, and a Vulcan, and you win that match, then you cannot use any more Direwolves, no Piranhas, no Vulcans, not even if they're a different variant. Now, it doesn't, of
Interesting.
course, like if you do Inner Sphere Jenner, you can still bring the Jenner 2C. Those are always considered different. But yeah, I'm interested. I think there's enough mechs in the game that in a 3v3 format, you're just going to see people take like the best things they got. And then if they win,
Mhm.
they'll play around a bit. But I don't know. We'll see if anybody's done anything clever. I think the other big tournament, ISC, that we got coming up, that I think signups end February 1st for anybody who's interested in fielding a team there. But I think a lot of teams are doing prep for that. So I don't
Yeah.
think we'll see any like crazy science, but it's going to be fast
For,
and exciting.
for sure. All right, we did. So just so you know, in case you're wondering, my what you see on my overlay right now is not exactly accurate. I got we had a very last minute change here for which for who we are who we're casting. So I'll have to take a moment here just to quickly change it up. We're doing 1.4 first, right?
Yes.
In the
So we
winners
are now
bracket.
casting Dead Squirrel Madness versus Waffle House. So
All
that's
right,
winner bracket 1.4.
give me 1 second just to quickly update the overlays here. As someone once said, "We'll do it live," but a little more
Globally.
forceful than that. Yeah. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. All right, let's talk about the maps that we're going to be seeing today. There, One Last Bite. What
Yep.
are we?
So for every match before the finals, it's going to be a best of 5, and then the finals will be best of 7. The map set is the same for all the maps, and the teams swap sides based on seed. So the map's going to be 4v4 Test B, that's Mario Kart. We got 4v4 Test A, that's the one with the green and blue hills, if anybody's seen like 1v1s and whatnot. Then we have Frozen City Classic Night, HPG, Classic Forest Colony, Snow, and then if we get to the finals, well, when we get to the finals, which I think will be, a couple weeks from now, you'll start seeing Forest Colony Classic and Canyon Network for those drops as the last two.
Yeah, so this will be interesting because actually fighting on these two little test maps. They're, I mean, certainly I've played Test 1 quite a bit because we've used these a lot in 2-2-way practice, but Test 2, like that's one that we've never really. I don't know.
There's not a lot of cover.
I don't really ever see that map pulled out ever. Like not practice, not anything. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, how are we doing with the teams here? We got
They have
everybody
been
in.
good to
They
go
are
right
locked
away.
in and ready to go. Excellent. So what we're gonna do, folks, is we're gonna go straight into our first drop right now. Again, this is who's this again? Again, Dead Squirrel Madness
Like I
versus
said,
Waffle
Dead Squirrel
House.
Madness versus Waffle House. Wait, oh, they might be on the
Oh,
wrong side? I think I need to swap them. Yes, I do.
yeah.
They didn't even say anything. What's up with that? I don't think they saw anything. Swap for seed. I think that's correct, right? Because winner or higher seed should be
Higher seeds team
side
one. Yeah.
one. Yes. All right. It is. Yeah. All right.
All right, just waiting for the last. Waiting for one last part. There
All
we go.
right,
They're
here we
readied up and
go.
good to go.
Yeah, so interesting thing with this format. I mean, we're flying straight in, but it's also one. You mentioned one per class, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be hard for teams to sneak an assault in, at least assault with a heavy. So I don't know how much like DACA sort of stuff we're gonna say, but um, the fact that it's skirmish is gonna be interesting, especially for maps like Frozen City Classic, where you can go out on the edge of the map there, you can hold out in range because you don't have to worry about caps. So maybe we'll see somebody do something cheeky, but I think we're probably just gonna see a lot of good old-fashioned brawl.
Yeah, absolutely. As we fly over this map, waiting for the mechs to load in. There they are. Let's take a very quick peek at. Let's take a very quick peek at what they're running. So blue team, we got a Stalker 3F, a Vapor Eagle 3, and a Wolfhound 2.
And then the other side of the map, we have a Charger, Grasshopper, and Irby. I think the Irby's got, MPLs, K9, Laser Bomb, Grasshopper, and Laser Bomb Charger. So this is going to be cool. I like the Charger for this format. It's nice, tonnage efficient. Kind of gets overshadowed in a lot of the bigger leagues because you get those class limits or you just have enough tonnage that you like, why take this? But I think it's a good armor and punch for the weight in this
Yeah.
format.
Meanwhile, you got ATMs on that Vapor Eagle. You got the ER Large Stalker and probably the typical Med Pulse Wolfhound. Let's go and take a look at the red team there. As
And
they're
I think,
coming up.
they know where each other is right now. I guess CSPS, Dead Squirrels, they're trying to hold range. That's funny that the way that the team names get autofilled there. With that Stalker, yeah, they need to try and get some shots in while they close here.
Yeah, strike goes out in the middle of the map there, but I think it's just more of a routing strike than anything else. Fest Falcon, that Charger, taking some ATMs from the Vapor Eagle. Meanwhile, you got Dubious Squirrel trying to peek the K9 as it moves up on the left side here.
Yeah, so Wolfhound really beat up for the CSPS side, but the Charger is also taking a ton of punishment here. If they can close within that Veagle's minimum range, though, then they basically killed a mech.
Yeah, you see the Charger is pretty hurt in there, 45%. Meanwhile, the Grasshopper is very fresh, sitting at was at 94%, but got dropped down to 79% very quickly. Vapor Eagle is holding really well at 83%. Meanwhile, you got the Wolfhound and Urban Mech duking it out here. The Wolfhound sitting at 48%.
Well, Stalker's stripped. So yeah, in the chaos there, he's been stripped. Dubious is very low in the Wolfhound tangling with this Irby, and I think 25% of the enemies they've peeled off of the Vapor Eagle, I think. No, they got him.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
the Vapor.
That's quite a bit. Freaking my thing was bugged.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had two little battles there, and we did miss the kill Salty Biscuit against the Veagle, but we certainly did get to see the little light fight here with the with that. And with that, what was that? That was a blue team victory, I believe, or red team victory
for
it was a red team
Waffle
victory.
House.
Yeah.
I'm marking it down. Now here's the fun part. I gotta write down all these mechs. Grasshopper, Charger, Irby.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we're taking care of those.
I guess that's true. I can't really, if I call it out, it'll be mid-match, but, it's good to check anyway. That way we can hit them with the Van Hammer when they mess up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, looking at the damage numbers here. Wow, Grasshopper, 448 damage on the red team. Well done. These are really high damage numbers for a 3v3 when you look at it. But I guess it's because it's condensed still, right? But you have like the Vapor Eagle doing 513 damage. Certainly certainly out damaging his teammates there, but still they did 250 and 209 respectively. So pretty solid damage all around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it was W key is win key. They just Dead Squirrel ran forward with a bunch of pulse vomit and just walked over mechs. Yeah, I think if the Vapor Eagle had stayed up top, they'd have been better. Not yet.
So I'm just taking something in the background.
Yeah, they're talking about side swaps, which is a little funky. So Team 1's going to be on the same side here for D2, and I think we have a swap for drop 3 through 5. Okay.
Yeah. So there'll be at least one team, at least one drop,
Yeah.
or one
So
swap, I
now
guess.
we got Test A here. I think Test A has more opportunity for long range capabilities. So if Squirrel Madness wants to take that sort of deck they just took,
Oops.
you
Sorry
can
about
see
that.
that
Hold on,
work.
just
I
switch
also
that.
think like the ATM Vapor Eagle, you could run a theme like that, like put that thing up high in one of those tiles. You get
Mm-hmm.
some nasty shots down. I think that was one of the big problems last time. With their they dropped the Vapor Eagle down and ran across, and there weren't that many mechs that could really jump up to where like the Stalker was
Mm-hmm.
from the Waffle House side. So that kind of wasted a bit of his life there.
Yeah, that was an interesting battle for sure. It was interesting to even look, to watch people play on this map because again, I don't ever really play this one, the test 2. But
Mm-hmm.
we're moving into test 1 though. So test 1
Yeah.
is a little bit more familiar. We got some rolling hills on it. We do have some terrain blocks there to provide a little bit of cover. So hopefully we'll see something a little bit interesting. But they are all ready to go for drop
Right.
2.
And in we roll. So now, of course, Waffle House can't bring any of those mechs again. Losing that K9 is going to be a little significant, but there's enough good lights. You still got the Wolfhound, things like the Flea, the Piranha. I think we'll definitely see those coming out here. All right.
Welcome to the rolling hills
Nice thing on
of
these maps,
test
though,
1.
is I can already fly over and see what mechs they got. So on the Dead Squirrel side, we have the Vapor Eagle again, the Wolfhound again, and a Sleipnir this time. Yeah, math still checks out. So I think that Sleipnir is probably just Daka. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the red team, we got a Hellbringer Virago and Arctic Cheetah. You don't see those out very often anymore. And a Battlemaster 1G.
Oh, it's an ER large Battlemaster, ER large Cheetah. Okay. And what's the other one? And an ER large Hellbringer. So they're
Large.
going full range here.
There we go. Getting some early shots off on. I guess that was Dubious Squirrel. Sorry, the range is going to be a little extreme here.
Oh
You
yeah.
can see the Hellbringer is moving to the left, and the Wolfhound is peeking to go and take him down, but the Hellbringer taking a lot of punishment from the blue team there, down to 89%. Now taking some ATM fire, which takes him down to 87.
Yeah, Daka is deceptively powerful in this map. Even though it's kind of outside the ranges, you can still punch really hard. And it looks like Dead Squirrel is able to push up here pretty unaccosted. This ER large team from Waffle House did not get in the damage it needed to while they were closing. So yeah, they are just gonna get super out DPS at this range.
Yeah, two strikes go out to try to zone out the both teams, which certainly worked for the blue team, zoning out the red team, pushing them back quite a bit, allowing them to push forward to take advantage of the higher DPS that they have.
Eagle
You can see
jumping up here, taking a lot of fire though. Ugh. And Dubious standing in the strike doesn't get hit though. That was lucky. At least didn't
yeah,
take too much damage.
Salty Biscuit in the Battlemaster down at 70%. The Arctic Cheetah is down at 60, which that doesn't spell very well for the Arctic Cheetah. 65% now for the Battlemaster. The blue team just handily cutting the pie
Nasty
there
strike.
and doing a lot of work. Salty Biscuit down at 46% now. Certainly losing some pieces of his mech. He's got both torsos open, lost an arm. I think he still has all of his weapons because it was a 5 large Battlemaster, right?
Almost halved, but yeah, he's still good. But yeah, no, to jump in this Cyclops is just just walking across the field, cleaning people up right now. They were able to pull a little bit of range, Waffle House was, but yeah, at this point, there's not a whole lot they can do to do that anymore.
Yeah,
And
the
as soon as
freshest
that's like, yep, here we
the
go. This is gonna
the
be gravestones right here.
yeah, the freshest mech they have is the Virago, but that Virago, it's probably heat capped at this point, just in the amount that they've had to fire.
The enemies are half depleted.
And there goes the Battlemaster down by the Sleipnir.
Yep,
Sleipnir
and he's
now
just gonna.
focusing on the Hellbringer. The Arctic Cheetah goes down.
Yeah, I think he was just dumping every bit of DPS he had.
Yeah.
He was halved at that point, and yeah, no. Once they didn't get out before that initial push, that was over. But those are some important mechs to lose, though. Cyclops, Wolfhound, those are very good, very capable
Yeah.
things. Let's see
Yeah,
here, and I gotta write all these down. And a Veagle.
yeah, and losing the Veagle as well. That's going to be another. Again, Veagle's a good mech to have, and they did drop it. All right, so we're now tied 1-1. We've got a win for Waffle House and a win for Dead Squirrel Madness. Look at the damage numbers of Sleipnir doing a respectable 631 damage, just being able to out DPS pretty much anything on the field once she was close enough to engage. The Sleipnir was the quad LB10, or was it longer range?
No,
On
that
it? Do
was
you remember?
dual 5, dual 10.
Oh, dual 5, dual 10.
UAC.
Okay, but still able to dish out the DPS like crazy. Looking over on the red team there, we do have the Virago doing 273 damage, but again, that ER large strat, that's kind of tough when you're facing up against Daka like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just, yeah, just brutal. Like, I think ER large, especially. I mean, in general, the game with that is you got to hold off the enemy. You got to put out your damage over time, just kind of bleed them out. And if they can just push right into you, you're toast. And in 3v3, yeah, it's hard to keep the enemies at that range. And now I believe we need to do a side swap. Let's see here, and we are moving to Frozen. I believe it's Frozen. It is. All right.
Yeah.
The first of the drop threes.
Yes, one of two drop threes that are in the rule book, which really threw me through a loop when I saw it originally. It's like, wait a minute, we don't have a drop 5. Are we doing a rap battle? Like, what's going on? But it was just, and then someone else pointed out, it's like, nutty, you idiot. There's two drop 3s in the list. Like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. This is best
there when they were writing it.
Yeah, so this is the best of 5, folks. Just a friendly reminder. So we are tied 1-1 at the moment. Still anybody's match.
We'll be going to HPG next, and that is guaranteed. Regardless of who wins this and that, I guess. All
right.
Now, this is a map, though. I know the ER large, I just got done saying it's tough in a 3v3 to make it work. Frozen, I think, is probably the biggest map they have here. Maybe Forest Colony is a little better, or HPG. But this is probably their best chance of applying something ranged from either team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the only map strat we have for Frozen City Classic is the I guess the daytime, because we don't have Frozen City Classic night skirmish in the map.
We'll see if
but I imagine it's probably the same. It's probably the same.
Yeah. Daytime is just
spawns.
Oh no, that's a red one. I was gonna make a joke. Where is this? Yeah, that's Frozen City Day. There you go. A couple white circles over it. That's Frozen City Day.
There we go.
All right. First team is already locked in. So now we've swapped sides. We got Waffle House on team 1. The proverbial blue team, I believe. But yeah, the spawns I think are okay. This is skirmish, so we actually do have skirmish for this map. Nice. On the map strats, I know some maps don't, but these all might have it. They might have added them. Nope, never mind. Okay, so if and when teams go to play on Canyon, we will not have a skirmish spawns for that. But yeah, from the map strat, you can already see like the alpha spawn is really deep for team 2 and team 1 versus the Charlie spawn that's way out towards that theta point that we've seen in some of the recent tourneys when teams have played this map. So I don't even.
Well, team 1 locked
Waffle
in.
House seems fine with just sitting in alpha every time.
Yeah, they locked in at alpha. So are they just gonna do? Are they gonna do a drop ship push? Or are they gonna try to, do some kind of tunnel meta? Or are they just gonna?
I feel like even if you were gonna go to the dropship, you would go this way, like take that yellow arrow. So that feels like they forgot to change lances, but they said lock, so we're gonna go.
Here we go. Drop 3, folks. That's right. Drop 3. Dead Squirrel Madness versus Waffle House. Again, we are tied 1-1.
Yeah. Now that probably is gonna make
that.
What's that? Dead Squirrel. They're probably gonna. at least second guess the tunnel push now because of that alpha spawn, and it's very possible. But also, I think like they probably didn't, build a strategy that depends on them not going tunnel, so I don't think it'll bother them too much. All right, so from the Dead Squirrel side, we now see them taking out the Irby K9. They got the Mad Cat 2B with some DACA, and the Bushwhacker X2 with, what does this thing have?
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the
2
cost.
LBX and 2 ER Mead and an AMS.
Yeah. Looking over at the blue team there, we got a Death Strike, we have a Wolfhound 2, and the Dervish. Let's take a look at the 6MR build there on the Dervish here. It is 6 medium pulse and 2 rocket launcher 10s, and I imagine the rocket launchers are just there to get the to get the doors for the extra armor. I think it's armor, right? Not structure, it's armor.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, you get when mechs that have missile doors, since there's a delay in firing where you have to open the doors and shoot, that's kind of balanced out by the fact that you get extra armor if you have the doors closed. They have to do that open and shoot versus you can just perma open them and you don't get the armor bonus, but then you can instantly fire. Except on mechs like the Dervish here, you can just take a couple rocket launchers and never open the doors, and you just have like an armor or basically damage penalty on anything coming in. So it makes you tankier. But all the MPLs are in the arms on the Dervish, so it doesn't help too much.
All right, we have Waffle House kind of lining up with the dropship here. Meanwhile, you got Dead Squirrel Madness kind of sticking back in the city. You got Bolton in the K9 kind of doing some peeks to try to find them. A strike goes out, but it looks like it's very likely going to be an air ball there. Near Salty Biscuit. Salty Biscuit taking some fire from the other Mad Cat. It is DACA Cat versus DACA Cat. So.
Well, the Death Strike has 2 10s and 6 MPL, so I don't know how much scouting Dead Squirrels got out, but holding a little bit more range is definitely going to be in their favor here with the weapons they've got. Bolton getting in on that Mad Cat, but he is way out by himself.
Oh, dropping a strike, and Salty Biscuit doesn't realize that there's one on him, and there it goes. From 99 to 87 to 80 to 86 to 79%. What a massive strike for that Salty Biscuit had to take on.
It's pretty spread out though, so not too bad for him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you got the red team here getting clumped up against the hill. The Bushwhacker and the Mad Cat B taking a strike down at 81%. Salty Biscuit at 74. The Dervish is taking some fire from the K9 that's poking around from the from his right flank.
Yeah, I think Bolton needs to move up in that Irby right now though. He with the shortest range weapons, he's sitting really far back. Fork is doing a good job though, poking jump on the left side here. I think. Yeah, both these Mad Cats are getting really beat up. Both arms open on jump.
Big strike that took a big chunk out of the red team there. The Dervish, though, is about to go down 63, 58, 57%. Looking like Dervish is missing some...
Bolton gets killed in the back. Oh, and yeah, that Dervish is one click in the CT. I think the Bushy's going to clean him up here. And he does. Meanwhile, they pick up... just stale kill feed there? Yeah, I guess so. Both Mad Cats super beat up. I think the chump is nearly sticked. Yeah, his left arm is all he's got left, and that's and there it goes. So he's a stick. It's just Dubious versus these last 2 mechs. I think that Mad Cat is just too fresh, too many guns right now.
We've almost got them all. Clean up the survivors.
What was that? Oh, it was XL. Oh yeah. Then there you go. It'll be GG in favor of Waffle House, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know that Mad Cats. Oh, they're so they're so hurt. The Wolfhound so isn't.
Command to ground forces. We're detecting no more hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
And there we go. The Mad Cat goes down. That is a win for Waffle House.
Yep. And since I already loaded the mechs in, typing those names in, I can actually look at the scoreboard this time. Yeah, Mad Cat putting in a ton of work for Waffle House. Wolfhound putting in a decent amount of work, but that Bushwhacker actually being the top damaging mech for the Dead Squirrel side. So, I mean, he might have been... I don't know if he landed that strike in the Mad Cat. I think that was Boltan, right? Yeah, he was the one who landed that, so... Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate with that Mad Cat B. I think when it got into knife fighting range, they just picked it apart from the Waffle House side. That Fork and the Wolfhound was getting a lot of good shots into the sidearms there.
Yeah, absolutely. Death Strike with that 666 damage, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out, though. Wolfhound cleaning up with 2 kills. Yeah, that was well played by all, but with that, Waffle House wins.
Do they win?
Or no, they don't. No, sorry, they don't.
They don't
I'm
win.
thinking
Well, I
no,
mean, they
no,
win
no.
that drop, but
No. Come on, I'm not awake
he's just
yet.
like, close the book, put it away.
Yeah, that's
This
it.
match
That's
is
it.
over.
Fuck it. It's done. Pardon my language, but no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's been a weird rush to get everything set up in all
It's been super
fairness.
frantic.
So my brain's not entirely here.
We do have at least one more match left. This HPG drop. If Dead Squirrel Madness manages to take this one, we move to, I believe I said, what, Forest Colony Classic? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we get to see those glorious trees that cannot be knocked down, or if we'll be stuck here. Now, the thing about HPG, anybody who's played competitive on this map back when it was, domination or skirmish knows it's awful. It is an awful competitive map because of the basement and the wall. So if one team stands on the wall and you didn't bring jump jets, you run to the basement. And if one team runs to the basement and you didn't bring brawl, you don't want to go in the basement. So we'll see if we see a stalemate like that. I know we've had beauty contests in the past when teams just decided not to fight. But given this format and the 3v3s, I think we'll just see a good old fashioned punch out here. I don't think either team will try to take it too seriously.
Yeah. So the only thing that we don't know, because we don't have an HPG skirmish map. I've got the Conquest 3 cap one at the moment, but I think the skirmish spawns might be different.
I think it's something like oh, that's the arrow. I think it's like B is back here. My freaking wireless mouse not doing me any favors. Think they have a spawn by the door for team 1. I think Charlie moves over there, or it's somewhere in that area. I think you spawn pretty close. Maybe I'm mixing them up. And I feel like team 2. I think the spawns just generally move closer. So I don't know. We'll see. I doubt anybody else has done science for this. So probably just see the alpha spawn again from Waffle House.
Just confirming something there for the folks people that's asking about the format there as far as when we're switching. So yeah, it is one switch per
Can I make
per
a
best
guy
of 5.
that looks like a shrug? Not really.
All right, we're just waiting on team 2. Team 1's locked in locked in completely in Alpha Lance. Oh, they're moving? Oh, they didn't say locked. All right, we're just waiting for them.
As clear as possible.
Yeah.
Team's just getting a little confused by the team swap rules.
Yeah, again, because this is all kind of thrown together a little. Not. I mean, Renegade 3s has been around for quite some time. It's just that we are scrambling a little bit. So just bear with us while we help out the teams here.
Yeah, we got like the teams needed for the tournament to run like a day or two ago. So I'm not too surprised that teams are a little unfamiliar with some of these rules.
All right, we're locked and ready to go. Both teams electing to drop in Bravo Lance.
Yeah, we'll see if they know something I don't. I feel like, I mean, Bravo Lance is going to be the middle spawn, but I think that's like the farthest from a gate. So, yeah, I don't. That feels like a safe spawn to me. Like if I don't know where I am spawning in skirmish, you just go to Bravo spawn. I think Alpha and Charlie are closer on both sides of the gate, but we'll see. No, actually, you know what? No, because the top right team, the Bravo spawn for them, is the one that's supposed to be by the gate in Conquest. Let's see where these teams actually appeared. So, where is Bravo spawn? Can't even see them. Oh yeah, it's dropships. Forgot. I was like, where in the world? Okay, so I
This
was
is
right. Barbo spawns by the Kappa Crater. That's a tongue twister. That'll be for the Dead Squirrel side. Bravo spawn is still the same from the top right side of the map for Waffle House. Oh, they're going wall. What a bunch of dirty
yeah.
mech warriors.
We got a Shadowcat on the red team. We have a Shadowcat B, a Javelin 11A, and an Annihilator 2A.
Wow. Okay,
Shadowcat
yeah.
is jumping up there. We'll
That's crazy taking the Annihilator on this format. 100
take a look at
tons
the
out of
blue.
180.
Let me take a look here. Is this a Peep Shadowcat? This is a dual Peep Shadowcat.
And on the other
as
side, it's
expected.
ERP Summoner, ERP Supernova. That's kind of bizarre. I would think if you're on the wall, especially those long ranges, you want the what's it called? Lasers, ER large. Plus, he doesn't have any jump jets.
Yeah, you can
And he
see
doesn't
here
have any arm weapons, so he can't aim down.
the Shadowcat is already starting to take some pot shots at the Supernova. And the Summoner, they're down at 99 and 98% there. The Shadowcat, I think, fell off the. I think he fell off.
Yeah, but he's got a ton of jump jets. I'm pretty sure from where he is, he can just jump right back up. He might just be trying to like sneakily reposition here. I mean, they have no scouting. The only mech for Waffle House that can really do any scouting is that Piranha 3, but it's sitting with, I believe he's got micro pulse and a couple small pulse. So that thing will be doing nothing for them until it gets in range. And Piranhas are very squishy as is, so I imagine he doesn't want to stick his nose out anywhere.
Yeah, so the Shadowcat took some more fire from the two PPC mechs. A strike goes out right over top of the Summoner and the Supernova there. The Supernova rather is down at 86% now, taking quite a bit of damage.
Yeah,
You can
that
see
Annihilator from Chump stepped up and laid into it.
You can see the Piranhas trying to get some scouting information for them to figure out which direction the team's going. The red team seems to be pretty content with, at least for the moment, staying behind the radar dish, though they are making a move to the right of the blue team. I imagine trying to get some scouting information there. The Piranha is going in response. The Javelin is the Shadowcat rather exposes and hits the Supernova for 84%. The Annihilator's now online with the Summoner, knocking it down to 84%, 83% with the AC2s, and drops a big strike.
He's taking a lot of damage there. So, where is this? Since we have a minute here, this is a very actually, I was gonna say slow-paced game, but Chump is laying into that Supernova so much that Fest has to drop off. So this game is gonna speed up very quickly now that all the mechs are down in the low ground. But I was gonna say, yeah, if you're on the wall, I'd like to see the Summoner more on the central area of the wall on that side. So I believe that's, I need to drop in the cockpit here, more like Delta 6. You have that area up top on the wall that gives you a little more cover for your chest and whatnot. With where they were standing before, the Annihilator was able to just lay into them because they couldn't really move or they'd step out of bounds. And that was why he was able to connect to those AC2s consistently, do a ton of damage.
So the blue team is now kind of stuck in a corner. They look like they're trying to make a move to get out of it. Meanwhile, you get the Shadowcat trying to move up on the right flank there. You get the Annihilator moving up onto the spine to look for some enemies. He's standing tall at the top. The Javelin pulls back, forcing the blue team to peek on this side. Now that Supernova is taking a lot of damage from the Annihilator, down at 60%.
I think. Yeah, Fork needs to be going around back and getting in the back of that Annihilator right now because they do not have the armor to step up their other two mechs. And the only mech screening for that Annihilator is the Javelin, which just has ear medium, so that's not going to be able to do much. Shadowcat is coming back now for Dead Squirrel, but
another strike goes out. The blue team avoids it. Let's take a look from the Annihilator side. You can see the Annihilator dropped off the top and is moving away from the blue team, trying to maintain that range. And meanwhile, the Piranha 3 is coming up and to he'll be looking to pressure the Annihilator.
He is, but Fest is just getting ripped apart by Dubious and Bolten over there on the right side. And I think he just got halved, so that just leaves his beat up Supernova and then the Summoner, who's not doing too fresh either. Dubious is one click though. I think Fork just got a really good shot off with the Piranha there. But yeah, unless he can get a back shot on this Annihilator, they are going to be in trouble here because Chump is just standing tall and putting things down.
There we go. The Supernova goes down to the Annihilator. The Annihilator's taking a huge strike, down to 55%. It still looks like he's pretty operational there. Meanwhile, the Summoner is poking at the Shadowcat and poking at the Annihilator. Summoner's in a very uncomfortable position, down at 40%, 38%. drops down, loses some leg armor, down at 36% now. The Annihilator goes down after him.
Oh, he can at this point. This
Dubious
Piranha
Squirrel and
is
the Javelin is...
Enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
gets picked by the Summoner? Does I see that right?
Yep. The Javelin does go down
Critical losses. We need you
by
to pull
Salty Biscuit
through.
before the Summoner goes down, which now leaves a 2v1, the Piranha 3 versus the Shadow Cat and the Annihilator.
Yeah, and Bolton has retreated to the Annihilator, which is a good idea here. Keep both the guns on target. I think Fork really needed to get in behind the Annihilator. He was just standing in front of it, taking a little bit of range shots. But Bolton needs to be very careful about going outside. I mean, right now, I think he just went out to pop a UAV. So that gives him a little bit of info. I think Fork should be able to see that. He's going to get pre-fired if he tries to come down here. But I don't think either mech is really set up to receive. So
Yeah, the Shadow Cat's down to 1 PPC. He's got his left shoulder is open. So certainly not in a comfortable position. The Piranha is actually pretty fresh for the blue team there. So it's still possible. It's just going to be very difficult. Fork and the Spoon Wrecker's got to be, or Fork the Spoon Wrecker rather, has to be very, very patient with his play going up against two mechs that are way larger than his mech.
well, he had a chance there. He could have absolutely swung the match if he had dove the Shadow Cat. I don't know if he knew how much the Chump was just sitting back in the Annihilator, but Chump is now stepping out. It looks like Bolton's rotating to the wall. And Fork is, I guess, hunting for the Annihilator, which he could pick here if he gets good timing. This is just, unfortunate. I think right now Fork keeps making rotations just at the wrong time, or he goes too wide and he misses catching like the Shadow Cat. And looks like he's completely lost both the mechs right now. Somebody's going to get blindsided here, and I think Bolton has so much view from the wall right now that it's probably not going to be. Yeah, they've spotted the Piranha. I think. Yeah, Fork has also seen the Annihilator, so both teams know where each is. I don't know if Fork knows where the Shadow Cat is, but he just felt it.
Oh yeah, taking 6% off that Piranha with one shot from the PPC. You can see the Piranha is closing in on the Annihilator as quick as he can, but he's doing this all in the open.
Yeah, it's a good Serpentine, but he needs to get that half off immediately of that Annie. Even though he's still got 2 mediums, but the big question mark is going to get to that Shadow Cat. Because that Piranha has micropulse. He doesn't have any way to be able to hit it.
Yeah, the Piranha now certainly not looking as good as it did at the beginning there. It's got an open left shoulder, open center torso, open right leg. Certainly it's just a matter of time here. 2 minutes remaining in this fight.
Yeah, he's doing a good job staying under Bolton right now. But yeah, if Bolton lands one good shot, okay, he's moving over. That's a good idea to get some extra angles. But he needs to land a shot in this Piranha, or maybe if the Annihilator can land that left torso hit and half that Piranha, they're going to be in a much better place. Because I think if Fork kills the Annie here, it could go to tie.
Oh, the Annie's at 28%. Not the Annihilator goes down to the Piranha. It's now Piranha, a very injured Piranha versus a not as injured Shadow Cat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with Piranha health values, basically one good CT shot, especially if he gets a crit for Bolton, could just kill that Piranha. But by the same token, I mean, he just has 1 PPC. That's not exactly the best loadout for going up against a light mech.
So the Piranha is now trying to find a new way to approach the Shadow Cat. Shadow Cat, of course, has the benefit of jump jets, but has a challenge in that he's got a
Fork
PPC.
knows where he is. He is not looking.
Oh my
he got
goodness!
Low signal, so he must have seen the low signal and know he's up top now. Which Fork looks like he's on cocaine right now. Freaking this mouse goes all over the place. All right, he lost Bolton. This is just gonna be All right, there's the shot over the shoulder. You must have heard that, right? I mean, I don't have sound, but these guys must.
Yeah, the problem with this
Bolton
particular
jumping in?
map is that there's no atmospheric sound, so you guys can't hear anything. But Shadow Cat comes down and
lands a hit with
big
a feet.
hit.
But he's only got like, oof. Yeah, he needs to make these shots count. It is very close range. But yeah, 13 seconds. I think this could very well go to tie unless there's a clutch shot from Bolton here.
6, 5, 4,
Good shielding
3,
from Fork
2,
and juking.
1.
Come in.
And
Control to surface.
That is a tie.
One read.
well, what's our tiebreaker rules for this mode?
That is a tie.
Did
Oh
they even
goodness.
plan for this?
There is. Bear with me a moment while I quickly refresh myself on the
Gosh,
rule.
I can't even find them. That's wow.
So first draw of the match is redropped. All right, let's take a look. So we have the Annihilator doing 551 damage, the Shadowcat doing a respectable 313, and the Javelin doing 337. That Javelin was able to be quite effective. I didn't get a chance to actually see the build on the Javelin. Did you peek at it?
Yeah, it was 6 ER mediums, but which was kind of weird to me because that thing has a HSL +1 quirk, so he could have run 7, which is the usual build. I think the 2 usual builds are 7 ER meads or 7 meads,
Right.
since they both take advantage, as I've been notified recently.
But look at the Piranha on the blue team there. Piranha on the blue team, 448 damage.
Yo, do they have to do the same mech, Snutty? Where is
I
this?
don't know. It just says first draw of the match is redropped. After that, winner is determined by lowest damage per kills, yada yada yada. It doesn't say whether they have
Draws.
to drop in the same. Oh,
is there any
no.
info?
Oh,
redrops?
here we go. Yeah, in the
you
case of a redrop, teams may change their drop deck, but may not take more than 5 minutes to do so.
Yeah, so that was a very back and forth match. I mean, good piloting from Fork there at the end, staying alive, especially in that 2v1. But he could have cleaned that match up had he been in the backs of things before. Like if he was in the back of that Annihilator and just whop whop, just cut off those halves like fillets, just chop right off that Annihilator, get that delicious back meat. Oh, he could have cleaned that match up.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
instead, it goes down to a draw.
It does, and just to remind folks, I know I'm noticing some people in the chat are kind of asking what the rules are. This is a 3 versus 3 skirmish, best of 5 at the moment for the rounds that we're casting today. Strikes are allowed. There's no streaks allowed, but LRMs and ATMs are allowed. Any mech currently available in the game because it's mechs purchases for MC or C bills, so that's every mech. Maximum 180 tons. I think I said that already. You can have 1 mech per weight class, and if a team that wins the drop forfeits the chassis for the remainder of the remainder of the contest.
So in the case of Waffle House, they are not allowed to bring a Grasshopper, Charger, Irby, Mad Cat 2, Wolfhound, or Dervish anymore since they used those in the matches they won.
All right, so we're just waiting for the teams to get set up again.
I wonder if they're going to do strategy swaps here. I think Waffle House knows they Fork kind of carried their team to victory in that last one. I don't think they're feeling comfortable to take those PPCs again. They might take something different. Like I could see AC2s from the wall being really effective. Potentially just bring like wall mechs, but more ER large, or just repositioning even. So we'll see. I think just judging by the time that the Dead Squirrel team is taking, they're probably swapping mechs, but I feel like for the most part they didn't have too many problems with what they brought. I think Dubious got a little over aggressive with that Javelin, but he was putting in work. That Annihilator was doing work, and I don't know what they could replace the Shadow Cat with for what they were doing there. Just something that can jump really high and have range on the wall. There's not too many mechs that can do that effectively. I want to see some team take the jump jet linebacker and rush the wall with that thing. That would be exciting.
Go for the bully backer kind of thing. Yeah, I could see that. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you can fit 6 MPL with jump jets on that thing. So all those true meme lords out there, get on that. I want to see that in one of the matches today.
Yes, indeed. All right, folks. So just bear with one moment. We're just waiting for Team 2 to. They're just quickly doing a build check, and then we'll get this redrop underway. This is a replay of drop number 4 on HPG Manifold. Again, this is Dead Squirrel Madness versus Waffle House.
Yeah, going
Waffle
pretty
House.
long here, all things considered. Because and this is only the first match of how many we got going on today. Should be exciting. I think we have 4.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, that got wiped off. So the winner of this match, I believe, will be playing the very next one that we cast. So we'll have to tell a couple of teams to take a pause. Or maybe we go cast the other one and then we'll give these guys a break. But anyway, they're ready.
Here we go. All right, folks, here we go. Once again, we are replaying Drop 4. Waffle House. Was it Waffle? Yeah, Waffle House could take it. If they win this drop, they move on to the next match. The next winner's bracket. It is double elimination, so there is a loser's bracket or lower bracket. So don't count don't count the loser of this series out, because they will have another opportunity.
All right, here we go. Now I gotta wait for these dumb dropships to fly in. I can't even. Oh, there we go. It's hard to find them because the space, just space for the background. All right, and it looks like
This is command. Eliminate all
on the
enemies, no matter the
yes,
cost.
Waffle House side, we have that Piranha once again piloted by Fork. We have the Executioner this time with the 2 ERP and a barrage of small pulse and micros, and then a Rifleman 2C2 with a bunch of AC2s coming in. So they've taken a note out of the Dead Squirrel book there and brought some AC2s.
Yeah, looking at the red team, we've got the Annihilator 2-way, a Crab 27R, or just 27, the resistance variant, and the Javelin 11A. So here we go again. It's a little bit more short range, with the exception of the Annihilator and the Executioner, it's a little bit more short range.
Now this is interesting though, because Dead Squirrel, despite having that in the end Shadowcat on the wall advantage that basically sealed them the win, they've thrown it away and opted for a landbound Crab to try to just go with a more brawly push. And I think Waffle House has taken more of a DPS-y deck here, so that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, they're Waffle House is currently stacked up on the end of the spine there, trying to get some peaks, keeping the red team under control.
They have
a lot of people
sitting. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, Fork's sitting really deep. I don't know if they're seeing this Annihilator. Okay, yeah, he's now up and trying to take shots at Fest, but his mounts are too low, and Fest is actually winning those trades due to the high mounts on the Rifleman.
Yep, Fest now switching over to the Crab as well, taking the Crab down a few percent. A strike goes out, big strike, tags the Executioner down at 97%. Fest came out of that, I think, relatively unscathed. It looked like it exploded in front of him, but didn't actually register any damage.
Yeah, it's fortunate.
But meanwhile, you got the Javelin taking peeks there from the middle, getting some scratch damage out on Fest and Salty Biscuit.
He needs to move up. If he's going to make those pokes, just move up on the left side of the map, get in range for his weapons, because his CT's hurting from those now.
Yeah, the Annihilator is exposing there, taking some, doing some AC fire against the Executioner, getting him, plinking him down quite effectively, and also dropping a strike down at 77, 74, 73. The Executioner was pushed off. Ate a big strike down to 66%.
Chump in the Annihilator, though, is doing just fine, although Fork has started to rotate into his back, so, yeah, I don't know if Dubious is going to try to push off that Piranha. It's going to be pretty tough. Looks like Chump is just going to go straight up top and be like, whatever, man. Yeah, I think Salty Biscuit really needs to push up. Like, he has a lot of DPS for close range if he just gets in with those micro pulses and smalls, or sorry, not micros and small pulses.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're doing okay right now.
The Annihilator's taking damage from two sides. You got the Piranha poking at him from the top, and you got the Executioner and the Rifleman from the side down at 55%.
Okay.
The Javelin's now going to go after the Piranha here to try to get him off the Annihilator.
But did not get halved, but he did lose an arm.
I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, though. The Javelin's down at 51-49 and goes down to the Piranha.
A clean burn from Fork, and yeah, this is what I mean. This is what Fork needed to do last time, is just get in the back. I mean, their team doesn't have a lot they can do. It looks like Bolton's trying to do that on the other side now, but he has a lot more armor to chew through.
Yeah, you got Bolton and the Crab trying to squirrel the Executioner and the Rifleman. Meanwhile, you got the Piranha poking at the Annihilator. Annihilator's down at 50%. Fast and the Rifleman down at 76, 72%. The Executioner
Bolton's-
coming
yep.
up right behind Bolton and goes down and takes out the Crab, rather, to a shot to the rear torsos.
Yeah, I think Fork is just playing, like, bullying this Annihilator right now. It's an angle that he can't hit with the Convergence. I mean, I think at this point he could just straight up dive off the top and just out DPS this Annihilator at
Yeah, the
point blank.
Annihilator's
But
open, lost the left shoulder, open right and center. The Annihilator's not in a good position here.
no, he has 3 fairly fresh mechs pushing him now, and he only has 2 mediums. That's going to be GG in favor of Waffle House.
We're detecting no
There we
more
go.
hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
Well, what do you think for our first match of the season?
It was
Season of R3s.
a little chaotic, but you know what? I like it. I like the fast pace. I like the different kind of mechs that we're seeing that we wouldn't in some cases wouldn't see in a larger drop. You know, we don't really get to see the Dervish very often. Certainly, I mean, obviously, like Wolfhounds and canines, we see them often, but you know, the Arctic Cheetah we don't really see so much anymore. The Executioner is very situational, so it's good to see kind of other mechs kind of, you know, make an appearance in these 3v3s. Looking at the damage numbers, that Rifleman 2C doing work, 598 damage. The Piranha was mainly cleanup crew, getting 2 kills, 291 damage. Was just able to out damage the other team. The other team 276, 170, and 142 respectively. That was a tough redrop for Dead Squirrel Madness, but Waffle House does win this one 3-1, and with that we'll need to move over to our next drop. But you have anything to say before we do that?
No, really, other than just GG's. I like the adaptation that Waffle House did there to win that. It sounds like we're gonna play drop 2-4 in the bracket next, which I believe is winner of that match versus Iron Ferret Squad. So we'll see if Waffle House can keep that energy going.
All right. So bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a very quick break while we get everything sorted out. We will be back in probably about like just about 2 or 3 minutes here. So stand by. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Renegade Threes. This is day one of it's only a couple days this thing, and and we just finished our first match, which was where was it? Dead Squirrel. Was it Dead Squirrel Mafia? No, Dead Squirrel Madness, pardon me, versus Waffle House, which Waffle House won that 3-1. While we are casting some matches today, there are a bunch of matches going on in the background. So just a quick recap of those matches. We do have a couple of forfeit wins. The Rums Gherkin, which is a German team, won over a forfeit from the Templars. We got Skeletons Like Pie. Gets a forfeit win over NCU1. And also the Skeleton Like Pie got a forfeit win versus Ember Wolves in Winners Bracket 2.2. Also, we've got Dread Pirate Squeebs winning over Sky Rangers 3-1. And now that brings us to the match that we've got coming up next here, which is Iron Ferret Squad versus Waffle House. Of course, joining me is One Last Bite. One Last Bite, welcome back.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm still here.
You're still here? You're still here? You're still alive?
It's been a whirlwind. It is an absolute whirlwind. We have teams who thought they were going to play, who aren't going to play, or who are going to play, who thought they weren't. Yeah, but we're all good. Thankfully, everybody here has been pretty on the ball. We're getting ready for our next set here on Test B again. I wonder if Waffle House bring the same deck, or if they're going to swap up. I think they're still Team 2, which is nice. On my little notepad here. Gotta get the teams right. So we have Iron Ferret Squad versus Waffle House. There we go. So much tougher in these smaller tourneys to call the teams the right way.
It is.
Alright, so Iron Ferret Squad is good to go right now. 175 tons. I think that's what Dead Squirrels had last time, right? With their deck. I don't know. You can see a lot of 5-ton discrepancies with the lights, I think. So I don't think that says too much.
Yeah, absolutely. So our first matchup, of course, is on the Test B map. What did you call this? The Mario Kart map?
Yeah, Mario Kart. Mario and Luigi. Yeah. Oh, we go. This is basically like the Mario Kart balloon battle map. That's what this is.
That's fair.
If you give me a rainbow color palette, I mean it's also a color wheel. This is an actual color wheel. But no. We'll see if we see the teams drive in a circle here, or if they actually just go brawl. I think we're probably just going to see them go straight at each other.
Probably. Team 1 is locked in at an Alpha Lance there. We're just waiting for Team 2 to lock in at the moment. We're sitting here. It's weird to see a team at 170 tons. Yeah, that was my circle. It's weird to see. It's weird to see a. I mean, Team 2 hasn't locked in yet or anything, but they're sitting at 170 tons at the moment. The maximum tonnage for this series is 180 tons. There we go. Now he's going up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that whole bomb rush with the Charger and Grasshopper worked out just fine last time. So
it really did. And
right away, fix it.
Exactly. And right away we are ready to go in to match 1, or drop 1 rather.
Drop 1 of match 2 of round 2.4 in the bracket.
Yes.
Oh, and after this, I think we're supposed to do 2-1 and 3-1, so it should be 2 more matches down the pipe. They might play one of those while we're doing this one, just to teams not have to sit around, since there was a lot of weird upsets with the whole forfeit situation. Alrighty. So yeah, it looks like same deck for the Waffle House side. Over on the Iron Ferret Squad, we have your large stalker, Javelin 11A with mediums. It's not going to be a repeat that other match we saw.
And we have quick draw.
With a 20 and a 40. Now,
that's interesting.
I feel like that's bad though, because I think the dual 30s is better tonnage for like the missiles that you put out. I think there's probably some discrepancies on heat there, but like just narrowly. So I don't know. That's bizarre. MRM 20 is one of the worst ratios for that launcher. terms of missiles to ton.
All right. So there we go. The red team is moving to the right. They're trying to avoid the center stage there. The Charger getting some early
Oof.
shots on that
Yeah,
Javelin, down
Baxter
at
ran face
87%.
first into that. His right torso is actually almost open already, and he's kind of shielding with it. So, yeah, no, don't even shoot, buddy. Just run. Don't even turn around. His right torso is open now. Orange in that Javelin. He's one click already. And the Stalker only has 5 lasers. I just don't think they have enough DPS on this Iron Ferret side to put down these mechs.
Yeah, you can see the
Chargers
Stalker's
once again the
taking
primary.
taking fire from the Charger taking fire from the Stalker rather. The Stalker at least is trying to stay out of the fight so that way he doesn't lose any weapons. You can see the Charger's down to 64, now 63%. Charger's down to 59, 48, losing both arms, and now he's probably lost the torso by now.
Baxter got chased off by the Irby and then immediately picked, and that looks like Fest goes down, but Luke Jones is going to be shortly behind, so now it's just Stalker versus 2, and those 2 mechs are way more
very
high on DPS
fresh.
than that Stalker, and very fresh. And this Stalker, I don't think he has a cool shot left. If he does, it's on cooldown. That's going to be a problem. So I think Fork can just win this 1v1 up here with the 5 MPLs against the 5 ER large. But Salty's getting in the back of the Stalker as well, getting side shots here. It's just going to be a slugfest here. Nobody got a strike left to drop, but yeah, Horseman's very hurt. Halved, 1 click. Fork will come back around. Unless he's just... No, he's chilling. He's like, I can wait for your strike, buddy. No problem. And that'll be kill shot.
Come in.
There it is.
The surface.
So Waffle House taking game 1 again. I should be, you know what I should do is like be tracking which color sector of the Mario Kart map sees the most action. We had yellow was the final place that time.
Get some meta stats on that. All right, taking a look here, you got pretty even damage across the red team there. The Grasshopper doing a respectable 392 damage. That Stalker, despite being maybe a little undergunned or just not really, as high DPS as they should have, still was able to eke out 469 damage. Mm-hmm. Some of that has to be to strikes. Because there was that one big strike that did go out.
Yeah.
But of course he did get perfect match score, so that's the main thing that matters on that Stalker.
All right, so it sounds like we're going to be doing after this one we'll be doing winners bracket 3-1 instead of 2-1. I think they're going to play 2-1 right now. Sorry, I'm jumping between a bunch of chats. But yeah, I was surprised that Stalker did that much. I mean, the big story there is just that 4-4 and Javelin did not get to do enough work. I mean, they screened really well for that Stalker, but that was basically a 2-for-1 trade, and then you have your lowest DPS mech left at the end.
Yeah, my game volume isn't as high as I would like, so I'm just gonna quickly.
Yeah, neither is mine.
Well, your game volume is just broken.
Yeah, just laptop things. All right, so sides stay the same, and we go to test A. There's got to be AC2s, right? I mean, when we saw last time it was just a Sleipnir.
Yeah, just a Sleipnir had the autocannons. The rest were a bit closer range. But in that first match that we saw, the other team chose to take all ER larges, like even on the Arctic Cheetah, all ER larges, and they were just able to get pushed quite heavily.
Yeah. So I don't think.
And by the way, for those that are unfamiliar with this map, what might be hard to see on the map strat is that these blocks that you see, these are actually essentially buildings.
Yeah, I need my like elevation map where I draw like how high they are.
So everything that you see here is actual cover, in addition to the two to the kind of the two hilly sections, kind of the northern hill section and the southern hill section there.
And I believe those two red ones are like hard cover though. I think these whatever pink hills are pretty tall. Actually, probably all four of those middle hills are very tall. You can see over the ones in the back, but the ones in the back are still high enough that if you have jump jets and get up there and they don't have jump jets, it's a little bit of a problem. But if you see a strategy where somebody just goes up and does like the toddler like hand on the head, push them away, that's gonna be on these middle ones where you see people shooting off the edge. I think that's a like reasonably effective strategy in this format too. But I don't know. We'll see if anybody does it with ATMs. I think it's pretty clear that Waffle House is changing up their strategy because they immediately dropped lobby when this map came up. So yeah, I don't think we'll see ERs again. And if Iron Ferret was watching the stream, I don't think they're going to be feeling too confident with that strategy either. So it's got to be Daka, right? I could see ATM Beagles, maybe PVC Beagles, but
just about to give them a warning.
I want to see somebody bringing out those like bizarro arm mount mechs, have like your like 3 PVC like the rival Beagle or something. Yeah, that'd be something.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're just waiting for Team 2. Team 2 is just down a player at the moment. Team 1 is locked in at Alpha Lance. They are taking their full 180 tons. The Team 2's got about 2.5 minutes here to get their teammate in here and get locked and ready to go.
Oh, we're also doing. Okay, so we're also casting 3.2. So the winner of this match will be still featured. We are doing 4 matches. How about that?
Yeah, let me just take a quick peek at the ladder here. Let's just see if anything has changed. So it looks like let me see here. Dread Pilot Squeebs 1 versus Shrek and Shrek, 3-0. And that was winners bracket 2.3. Over down the lower bracket, Dead Squirrel Madness 1 versus Ember Wolves in a forfeit, which advances Dead Squirrel on to lower bracket round 2. Shrek in Shrek 1 against a forfeit versus the Templars. So Shrek and Shrek is now lower bracket 2.2. All right, we're locked in and ready to go.
Both teams at 180. Which, nothing too surprising there. I think every time a team has gone sub 180, they've lost. I think that's a statistic I can say right now. What I really want to see though, I want to see some team take some just dummy strong vomit deck where you just like delete button Direwolf or something. I want to see that. I mean, it's a 3v3, so even if you just go nuclear and have to shut down your mech for 20 seconds and you take a mech off the field, it's still worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the blue team here. Blue team's got an Annihilator 2-way, a Phoenix Hawk 2, and a Grinner.
All enemies, no matter the cost.
Yeah, so over on Waffle House, they have adopted the ways of the Sleipnir. They have the Virago still with ER large, that seems okay. And then the Mistlinks now with machine guns heavy small. So definitely gone for a more mixed range punchy deck, but that Hellbringer seems out of place. I don't know. Should be ACs, AC2s.
Or the more mid-range laser on it too.
Oh, this Annihilator is triple AC2, triple rack 2. That has a lot of DPS.
Yeah, you can see the Hellbringer and Sleipnir are moving together, moving up onto the blue hill here. Meanwhile, you got the Grinner and the Piranha 2 hiding behind this big block. They know they're there. It's just a matter of letting them push over. Meanwhile, that Annihilator. Sorry, I'm used to
Annihilator is ripping into the Cyclops. That's what you were going to say.
Too many Piranhas. Yeah.
But actually, Fork is the one who's taken a lot of damage here. He's down to 81%. I think he was tangling with the mechs here from Iron Ferret. But now we have this 3v2, and the Annihilator can't do anything right now. This is good positioning right now from Waffle House. But
yeah, the blue team needs to pull back. They need to pull back, but Fork and the Mistlink just pumping machine gun fire into the back of the Phoenix Hawk, trying to pull him back. But the Grinner down at 51% now. Not doing too good.
He's almost dead. Hoop Jones in the Phoenix Hawk. Red right arm, and he's beat up like everywhere right now. So both mechs.
25% of
Ooh,
the
and
enemies
there goes
are
Gold.
eliminated.
Just smacked in the
We've
face
lost
by that
half our
Cyclops.
force. We can't lose any more
I
soldiers.
think Hoop Jones saw him fall over and backed up. But yeah, now it's
Yeah,
Horseman basically in a 1v3 here.
Yeah, the Annihilator is trying to
The
find
enemies are
fire where he
half
can.
depleted.
Takes
Keep
down the
pushing.
There
Cyclops.
he goes. Yeah, he was looking for it. But
The
that
Hellbringer taking a lot of AC fire there. Right shoulder is open. Still has all of his weapons, but maybe has some critted internals there. The Phoenix Hawk, in the meantime, down at 30%.
Oh, but Fork, I don't know if his ammo got crit out of his leg or if he ran out, but he has no machine guns left. Like, no ammo. He's just down to the smalls.
So the Phoenix Hawk, I think, is trying to keep the Mistlinks off of the Annihilator for now, while the Annihilator wears down and finishes off the Hellbringer.
I mean, tears
We've almost
apart
got
is what's
them
happening
all.
right now.
Clean up the survivors.
Yeah.
We're taking critical
So it's just a
losses.
leg
We need you to
mislinks.
pull
This is
through.
gonna go, unless there's some crazy crits right here. I think this is gonna go to Horseman, representing Team Iron Ferret Squad as he just carries the whole team on his back. But I mean, hey, when you invest over half your tonnage for the deck into one mech,
Command to ground forces.
it needs to.
We're
And there you go,
detecting
3
no
kills
more
for Horseman,
hostiles.
and that's
Good
gonna
job,
be a
soldiers.
win for Iron Ferret Squad.
All right, looking at those damage numbers, you can see the Annihilator doing 537 damage. The AC2s and Rack2s just dishing out the damage left, right, and center. Anybody facing that is just, it's brutal. I've been on the receiving end of that a few times, and it's not
Yep.
very comfortable. Phoenix
Fork
Hawk
doing a lot
and
of damage though.
yeah, the Phoenix Hawk and the Wolfhound. I mean, they're doing a decent amount of damage, but yeah, certainly that Annihilator is the one that stole the show there. Fork, though, 522 damage into mislinks, and probably the bulk of that were from crits from before he got his lost his ammo there. The Hellbringer Virago doing 387 damage. The Sleipnir, unfortunately, 194 damage, wasn't able to come online as much as he'd like to.
Yeah, I think he just got out DPS'd. I mean that, like, he was. But there was the Wolfhound and the Phoenix Hawk. I mean that was good focus fire from Iron Ferret Squad to just like take that out. I mean, you know, they hit the mislinks early, but as soon as that Sleipnir showed up, they were just all guns on target and ripped him open. And then once he was open, that mech is so slow that as soon as he stepped out, you know, Horseman was just like, up there you are, bang, 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 dead.
Yeah,
And that was
absolutely.
why that Virago, man, like, just didn't have the DPS. I mean, Fest was up, but like he couldn't do anything. He'd be in that Rifleman. That would have done some work. But you know, maybe
That
they wanted to
might-
save it.
Yeah, they might have wanted to maybe bring like the the Rifleman 2C and bring it out later, or they just wanted to have something in that tonnage range, something else other than a Rifleman 2C. So that brings us on to Frozen City Classic Night, and we're just getting letting the teams get themselves sorted. This is a team swap because this is drop 3, which you've already done. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. I'm all over it.
Let me swap on my side.
Once
'cause
again,
you
we're
gotta do
1-1.
you got to do a swap, and I've got to do a swap. So it's we're going into this tied. So this is drop number 3, best of 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if we see anybody going Charlie Lance, that will be cool. Then we'll see something wacky. But until we do that, it's probably just gonna be a city brawl again.
That's Forest Colony. I want Frozen City. There we go. That's a little better. So what we saw last time from this is that Team 2 kind of went up to kind of this area here, and Team 2 sat here, and then slowly kind of started to move around. They almost got into it was almost a bit of NASCAR. I think there was a little bit of rotation.
So there you go. This is the blue team sitting here.
Yes, that's the blue box of.
Yeah, and then we ended up having that intersection there. Well, that's it. Freaking tools are hard. Yeah, this yellow area is where all the fighting happened. A lot of knife fighting in that armpit. Waffle House
absolutely.
readied up an Alpha Lance again. Why? Why an Alpha Lance? Bravo is just closer. Come on. There's even a tunnel entrance for Bravo Lance.
Bravo's closer, and Charlie can make them sneaky, but
Bravo Lance is for normies, I guess. I don't know. I guess from Alpha Lance you have that hill. I don't think we're gonna see anybody use that, but in days of yore, you could stick a direwolf up on that orange X, and that thing can all the way across the top here and do some stupid things. But I don't think we're gonna see that, sadly. No direwolves.
Yeah, I doubt it. All right, Team 2's got about 2 minutes remaining to get their lances and mechs sorted, and then we'll go into our drop 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now,
fast-paced, very
go ahead.
fast-paced matches today. It's certainly been a lot of fun. I'm just going to do a refresh of the ladder here to see if anything has changed. And it looks like no.
Yes, no, winners bracket 2.1. That finished up.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So Rums Gherkin did win over No Skill Just Luck. They've moved on to the winners bracket round 3. They will meet up against skeletons like pie. Because
like we have Waffle House, we have Sky Ranger Jaegers, and then just whatever people felt like typing in. I'd say maybe Emberwolves is a name, but they didn't show up, so like
Absolutely.
they can't even tell me.
We are good to go. Both teams locked in. Team 2 opting to drop in Bravo Lance, which is a bit of a nice change, as we kind of expected to see this.
Glancing at the map, Bravo Lance, yeah, that's the better spawn. Thank you. But now they have thrown away their extra 5 tons, which means they're gonna lose. Based on I'm just looking at the data here, and that's the only like extrapolation I can make. If you're at 175 tons, you're asking to lose. So I hope that they can break the curse. Let's see. We can
Let's find
take
out.
this to an interesting best of 5, or
we can see their mechs right away. We on the red team, we got a Dervish 6MR, Mad Cat B, and the K9. This is the same team composition I believe they had last time. So it'd be the Dervish with a 6 medium pulse, 2 rocket launcher.
You're thinking of the other side.
Oh, I'm thinking.
You're thinking of Waffle House, which actually has taken the same deck from last time, except they had a Wolfhound instead of the Irby.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Yeah, the Ultra 5s, Ultra 10s on the B. They've done the usual.
I'm sorry. I've hit one of my pet peeves right here. Freaking slow light mechs. Fork, 95 kph. What's going on, buddy? Could you not buy a bigger engine? Like, what's going on? This is ridiculous. Anyway, they're actually going for tunnel this time. All right, here we go. This is the play. They knew they got streamed. They're like, now's the perfect time for them to bamboozle, and you can see already. What's that? Iron Ferret moving up to defend from the armpit. But
So by the
other team.
So by the way, something to keep in mind is that the spawns are actually switched. So Team 1 is on the south and Team 2 is up top.
All right, now you see the gears turning. When are they going to realize it's tunnel? I mean, they've knocked out pretty much every location except for like Delta 4. I see Hoop Jones kind of looking towards the back, but no, come on, guys. They got to know, right? I mean, this is taking too long for Waffle House. And they're starting to turn. Horseman's turn around. Hoop Jones as well. I think Hoop Jones is going to spot them. Yep, he just spotted them. This is hilarious. So Waffle House came out of the tunnel and then didn't know where Iron Ferret was, but now they do. It's giving me a brawl right here. And yeah, Mad Cat's taken a beating from both sides right now. Horseman, I think, just getting CT'd yet, right through the face. He's already open. Salty Biscuit much fresher in his Mad Cat. But kind of all over the place. The Irby 8, I think that was part of a strike in the back. He is open everywhere. But Baxter is going in super deep here from Iron Ferret. I think he's going to get legged and probably eliminated here.
There we go. Horseman walking through 67%, 3% remaining rather, but laying into the death strike. Salty Biscuit down to 26%, and both go down.
Don't get
Oh, that was a nice shot.
We've lost
Just
half our force.
face straight up.
We can't lose
Unfortunately,
any
though,
more
Baxter
soldiers.
has died in
We've
the
almost
back.
got them
Now it's
all.
just a
Clean up the
2v1 for the
survivors.
Irby. And they have twice his MPLs. Fest shuts down. What a noob. But it doesn't matter. He had the ability to at this point. Poop Jones
Yep.
about to go
Command to
down.
ground
Yep.
forces. We're detecting
And,
no more hostiles.
after all that setup
Good
for the
job,
tunnel
soldiers.
push, like, what was that, 45-second fight there? Just very bloody. But that's going to be another drop towards Waffle House, making the tunnel strat work.
Yeah, that tunnel
Thumbs up.
strat worked way a lot better than what we thought, or what you would think it would. Because usually, whenever you see a tunnel strat, it's like usually I don't know, but they're showing that tunnel snakes rule indeed. And Mr. Baxter talking about some snaky snakes. My snakes are over there. Looking at damage numbers, Salty Biscuit 461 in that death strike, getting one of those kills, but he went down. Was he kill? I can't remember. One died and one was an overheat.
So Horseman got absolutely destroyed right at the beginning of the match. He was one-click CT, stepped backwards. That was wise. And then when he came back up, Salty Biscuit saw him, and they just stared each other down, trying to kill each other faster. And Salty Biscuit overheated to get the final shot to take him out.
That's what I thought it was. I knew that one died to overheat and after killing the other. So okay, so that kind of deals that. And looking at the red team there, the Dervish doing a respectful 310 damage, and in the mid to high 200s for the rest of it, which isn't too bad. But that is a win to Waffle House, I believe.
Yep. Taking it ahead, 2-1.
There we go.
Are they just going to take it on HPG again? Dun dun dun.
Let's find out. Are we going to have another redrop on HPG? Is that going to happen?
Like, I mean, look, guys, bad map. We all know it. It's a bad map for competitive. It's okay in public queue. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see basement this time. Like actual basement. I don't know if anybody's going to try that, though, because that's such a, like... That's like the I'm gonna take my ball and go home if you don't play the game the way I want to. Like, you come down the basement or I'm not gonna fight. That's basically what you're saying if you take that deck, because you can't go out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the team 1 is already locked in. Just waiting for team 2 to ready up.
Yeah, so that's team 1. That's the same place Waffle House played last time. I mean, the deck they took worked really well for them, so I don't expect in the 20-30 minutes since they played that they're gonna change it up too much. But maybe we'll see some iteration of the wall again.
Yeah, who knows? They
believe, just to look back at that last match, that the team that was down 5 tons lost again. Was that what happened? In line with my equation?
I believe so.
Less
Tonnage
than 180
matters.
equals lose.
Just remember, folks, tonnage matters in these games, in the sense that use the tonnage that you have available to use it to your advantage.
Yeah. No, I think though the only difference there was with the Irby versus the Wolfhound, so I can't really blame them for that loss, especially when the Wolfhound was running slower than the Irby. But
I didn't. That was weird. That was weird. Not gonna lie. That sounds like a failure.
Was he running a standard engine? Like, come on.
That sounds like a failure in the mech lab. Failure in the mech lab. You can lose in the mech lab, and that was like, I don't know, that Irby, or not Irby. That Wolfhound. That Wolfhound.
That was a question mark.
Who knows? All right, both teams are locked in, or don't launch yet because they haven't said locked, but both teams are at least ready to go.
If I could type, I was going to type TGT. All right. Yep, there we go. Sweet.
There we go. All right, here we go. Drop 4 HPG. We got Waffle House, or Iron Fire Squadron versus Waffle House. Waffle House is up by 2 drops. If Waffle House wins this, they move on to the...
They're up by 1 drop, sitting at 2 drop wins. Just to be clear for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, if Iron Fire wins this one, then it will go 2-2, and we'll have our first Forest Colony round. That'll be cool.
That's right. But if Waffle House wins, then they move on.
All right, waiting for the spaceships to drop everybody off in this exact location. What do we got? So, Waffle House, I think, has
This is
the
command.
same deck, yep.
Eliminate all
Executioner,
enemies,
Rifleman,
no matter the cost.
and Piranha.
But this was their second drop deck
This
when
is
they
the
redropped.
reiteration one.
It wasn't the first one that they dropped with. Meanwhile, over on the other team, you got a Piranha 1, a Black Widow, and a Mad Cat B.
That is a slow Black Widow, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that thing is going 52 kph. The Mad Cat is outrunning it right now. But they have
Yeah,
a fast Piranha, so I don't hate them.
Yeah, so people were asking me last time about the Executioner. Even though we did call it out, I'll pull up the build here for those wondering.
I mean,
there
yeah,
we
you're
go.
about to see it on stream. So, what was this? Okay, Light's doing some initial scouting. A little bit of context for that. I believe Div A special for the Executioner right now is you take a third ERPBC and then you drop down to mostly micros instead of the small pulses. Yeah, because he's spending an extra 5 tons right now for the small pulses over smalls. And that's not even going down to micros. So that's the other variant. This one gives you, I guess, a little more close range DPS. But you know, last time Salty just kind of played it like a trade mech anyway. So
in the meantime, there the Black Widow was trading with the Rifleman 2C and the Executioner, taking a lot of damage, backing up and eating an airstrike. Getting down to 76%. That Black Widow taking a lot of damage early on.
Luke Jones he was coming out to bamboozle. The Rifleman is still super fresh, so I guess Black Widow was targeting the Executioner.
The Executioner. Yeah. Now, interesting enough, the Rifleman 2C was able to dodge a really well placed strike. So good on Fest for being able to dodge that strike. Meanwhile, Salty Biscuit in the Executioner is up at very close range to the Black Widow and the Mad Cat B, along with the Piranha. They're jumping up to get to the top, but the Executioner missed his jump.
But Fess is getting hit in the back by the other Piranha, though. Gold got in the back with machine guns, ripped up his back armor, which is what Fork needs to do. That'll be really good if he does. But Hoop is getting, I think, 2v1 here, and that's a lot of small lasers and micros there hitting him in the face.
Oh no, the Black Widow dropping down right behind the Executioner, pumping into his rear torso, down at 50%, 54% for the Mad Cat. The Mad Cat going down to Fess, and the Executioner.
No, they get Horseman.
They get the Black Widow goes down. That's now a nice turn of event. That Executioner should have died. It should have died. And there we go.
Then he
there
did.
We go.
How did he?
Wow.
I guess he must have been heat capped, is what I would expect.
He was fine. He could have shut down. He fire a shot at the Piranha and then blow himself up. Oh man. Well, either way they take it. So that's 3-1 Waffle House. It's another W for Waffle House. Now they get to take a break.
Yeah, and there we go. That's that Rifleman 2C 503 damage. Again, that's weapon fire and some well placed strikes. I'm sorry, there were some really well placed strikes that time around. I'm fairly certain that some of that damage is from strikes, especially against the airstrike against the Black Widow. But you can see the Piranha 3 doing 273 damage. The Executioner 196 damage and goes down to a self destruct. The Black Widow, despite getting focused early on, did 301 damage. The other two team members 247, 230. At least the damage numbers were pretty close, but unfortunately they weren't able to eke out a win there. So with that, like you mentioned, Waffle House moves on. And Iron Ferret Squad moves down.
All right, and I think. Right,
Iron Ferret Squad will go down to technically face NUC 1, NUC 1. However, NUC 1 did go down to the lower bracket via forfeit, so I don't know what's going to happen there if they're going to be able to come in and play their second match, or if that's going to be a second forfeit.
I think there was one team in one of these 6 channels I'm watching where I think they forfeit the first match, but they're going to be playing. That might be them. So
it could be, yeah. We've had some the reason why we're bringing it up is because we have had some double forfeits. So we're just trying to do our best to report as much as possible. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we reported that Dread Pilot Squad, Dread Pilot Squeebs rather, did blank Shrek and Shrek 3-0. That's the winner the Dread Pirate Squeebs from that match now will go on to face Waffle House from our match, and yeah, that's actually we're doing 3-1 next, so
Yep.
we're doing Gherkin versus Skeletons Like Pie. So we will need a moment here, folks, just to get sorted out for the next drop. Do you know are we dropping them right away? Bite, do you know?
I mean, we're supposed to do another one after this, so I think so. Basically, just to get things rolling. Although obviously,
Yeah,
we want to give them a little bit so we don't spoiler alert any teams we message.
for sure. All right, so bear with us, folks. We're going to take a very short break. We'll be right back. We'll leave the leaderboards up there for your benefit. Stick around, folks, and thanks again for joining in for the Renegade Threes here on MWO Leagues. Be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Renegade Threes. My name is Nutty Rat. I'm joined with One Last Bite. He's quickly gone to get a glass of water. We're just getting ready to go into our next matchup, which is Rums Gherkin versus Skeletons Like Pie. Taking a look at a very quick peek at the leaderboard to see what has happened so far. Rumsgurken did get a forfeit win against the Templars, who moved down to the lowers bracket. Rumsgurken then won against No Skill Just Luck, 3-1, which brought them to the winners bracket round 3. Meanwhile, Skeletons Like Pie got a forfeit win versus NUC1. Then also getting a forfeit win versus Ember Wolves in round 2. So this will even though this is the winners bracket round 3, this will be Skeletons Like Pie's first matchup of the day for Renegade Threes. It'll be exciting, an exciting showing. We'll see how things go. Has been an exciting matches today. This is a 3v3 tournament. It's a lot of fun to cast. For those that are just joining us, a quick recap of the rules. So again, we're currently in the best of 5. All drops are skirmish 3 versus 3. All strikes are allowed. You can't use any streaks, but ATMs and LRMs are allowed to be used. Maximum 180 tons. All mechs that are purchasable via MC or C bills may be used, which is right now all the mechs in the game. Maximum one mech per weight class, and the winning team then cannot use those same chassis again, which is a really interesting way to add some variety to the matches. The maps are certainly already set. So the first drop is in the 4v4 test 2 or test B. Drop 2 is 4v4 test A. The drop 3 is Frozen City Classic Night. Drop 4 HPG, and drop 5 being the decider, which we have yet to see today. At least here on stream, is Forest Colony Snow Classic. So with that, One Last Bite, I can hear you're back. Are we ready to go for this this next matchup?
Darn, I was hoping you didn't hear me. I was probably heavy breathing because I sprinted up the stairs.
No
worries.
Yeah,
I think we're good to go. All right, never mind. That's okay. I forgot one of my drinks downstairs.
All right. This is so this is interesting. So we're going into test B. This is the first time where we have seen a team decide to split up their lances.
Nice. And I got 2 friend requests. Yes.
That means you're popular.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, the A and B, if we pull up the map strat real fast.
Yep, I got it up.
Like, it doesn't even matter. That's hilarious, though, because, like, I don't know why. Maybe if you did Charlie Lance, but, like, oh boy, they're 5 feet apart. It's social distancing, that's what it is.
That's right, right. There's
Andy Mac probably has COVID. It's all over his mech.
Poor Andy Mac.
All right. I guess we're good to go then. So.
All right, let's do this. The first matchup. This is the 3rd match we've casted today. They're starting to all blend together with how fast these matches.
I think this will be the last one, also, because I'm gonna have to take off. Sadly, bring the glorious stream train to a halt. But I mean, can't put all the matches on this weekend, right? I mean, I don't know. We gotta save something for the future.
Got to say something for the finals. All right, let's take a look here. Looking at the blue team, we do have a Warhammer Black Widow, the Charger 1A1, and the Javelin 11A. Let's take a quick peek here. I like that deck a lot. Yeah, 2 dual heavy Gauss in the Black Widow, 3 large Pulse 4-year mead in the Charger, and 7 medium lasers. There's the 7 medium laser Javelin that you wanted to see.
Yes, there's the VOM Charger again. On the other side, for the SKCM Pi team, we have triple ERP, V-Goal, what's this, an Ultraviolet. We do get to see Direwolf. Let's go with quad dual. There's a lot of AC2s. That's what I'm trying to say. It's 8 AC2s, 2 sets of quads, and then a Commando with Serms and Smalls. I don't know. The Smalls and the Commando's a little weird. think Flamers would be a little better here for the heat cap, but still good mech. And it's going 167, so it passes my check.
Yeah, red team certainly opting for some range here, while you got the commando trying to sight them and call for their range fire. Blue team rather intelligently is sticking low ground and underneath the on the ground floor here underneath the platforms.
Yeah.
Just to keep out of range of fire, but
Fire Ant's moving up in the back with that commando though. Well, he's definitely seen them, but I don't know if they've seen him. No, they haven't.
Yeah,
okay.
The javelin smoking already. It did take some damage from the direwolf. The direwolf moved forward to
it's probably the left arm
to get some fire out. Meanwhile, they're pushing straight in as fast as they possibly can.
Yep, and here they come. But Fire Ant is just sneaking right up behind them in the commando. That's gonna be a real problem for Earl because he needs face time with that Black Widow.
Yeah, a strike goes out and misses everybody. It doesn't. The pathing on that strike was a little bit bizarre.
Ooh,
Meanwhile, Earl
barely missed Earl, who now has the commando in his back. Another strike dropped, but I mean, this is part of the intelligent part of the play from Rums here is that like they're sitting under the platform, so the strikes are doing like virtually nothing to them. So if anything, it's only going to really hurt Skeletons like Pie right now.
Yeah, you can see the Vapor Eagle 1 sitting at 79% with the rear open rear open torso. Annie Mech and that Javelin 80%, taking some fire from the commando. But
yeah, I don't think the Veagle is respecting this charger here. He was just kind of standing there, having a great time firing across the map at the Javelin. Now he's been halved in the back. And CT's not doing too much either.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the commando getting some fire at the charger. The charger doesn't realize that there's a strike behind him. 71% was able to dodge most of the arty strike, but still the charger's going down 65%. But the direwolf 58% and the Veagle at 52%. They've got the height advantage, but they've taken a lot more damage.
Yeah, but they are also up a mech. So this is very close to both sides. I think Andy Mech basically needs to clutch here. He needs to pick off these other two mechs. But right now they're kind of fishing a barrel under the Direwolf and the Veagle. And the commando in their back too is just a real problem. I think they need to stay under the platform and just run straight out to the back wall. Get all the enemies on one side of them. And then, then Rumskirk will be able to get some good shots. But right now they're bleeding a lot of armor. The Direwolf just drops down. And meanwhile, the commando's been legged, so it's up to Andy Mech to basically clutch this out. But he's
the charger goes
in his left torso. Oh man. Yeah, if he gets hit in his CT or left torso, that's death. Like even by that small laser from the commando.
Come in. Control the
and there
surface.
it is, the small laser. I talk smack, and there it is, getting the final kill. And that is a win for, I believe that's what, Skeletons Like Pie, right?
That's right.
The names right.
All right, taking a look at the damage numbers, you can see the red team there. The Direwolf, the Ultraviolet, just dishing out the damage, 646 damage. That's a tough mech to be up against. The Vapor Eagle did not bad with 282, but got halved fairly early, so certainly had to do with a lot less heat efficiency. Meanwhile, of course, over on the blue team, we got the Charger doing a lot of damage, but I think both the Charger and the Black Widow was they were harassed quite effectively by that commando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see. Well, the kill had to go to Devin and the Direwolf, right? Because the commando got the kill at the end. So, however the Black Widow was set up, he was getting hit by the Dire. I don't know if he got turned around and then shot in the back by the Dire, or if just, I could also just believe that the Direwolf Ultraviolet drilled a hole through his CT, because in those two mechs, the Direwolf is definitely the favorite. But yeah, that was just a good match. Like that was close back and forth. Both decks are pretty solid. I think that could have gone either way pretty easily.
It could have, and it was interesting the strategies that we saw, because we saw Team 2, they were really going for the let's kind of sit high and expect them to come across. Meanwhile, you had Team 1 that decided to kind of loop around underneath to kind of push them that way. But what they didn't really bank on, I think, was the commando more or less doing a movement, kind of something similar to this, looping around behind them to be able to harass them effectively and keep them turned around.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's I didn't. What sector was it? Was it blue sector?
it was blue sector.
My data.
Yep, blue sector. Blue sector. It was all blue sector. They basically fought like right in the Team 2 spawn.
Yeah. Because I mean, with that Direwolf and that ERPVC Eagle, I don't think the Team 2 really went anywhere, right? Skeletons just kind of were like, okay, we'll be over here if you need us.
Yeah. Team 2
Fire
just kind of
Ant did all
stood
the
there, and they made Team 1 go to them. All right, so with that, we're moving on to the Test 1, or Test A, depending on which interface you're looking at. If you're looking at in the game, it's Test A, and the map strat, it's Test 1. Looks like both teams are locked up, ready to go. Just like last time, they're practicing social distancing. We have 1 mech in Alpha for Team 1, 2 mechs in Alpha for Team 2.
I think, like, thinking back, I invited Andy Mech to the lobby, so he went into A, and then I just dragged the other 2 into B, and I guess they just like, it's close enough. They didn't bother to change the spawns.
Oh, I gotta set up the. Hang on, that was Skeletons Like Pie took that victory, right? Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Sorry, I forgot
So
to.
now, I did notice that Rumskirken is sitting there at, what's that? 170 tons? That is undertonned. That bodes ill.
Yeah.
But,
looks
see what
like
they come
they've
up
got they got an Annihilator 1A, a K9, and an Assassin 21. The Annihilator 1A build is the 2 AC5s, 3 AC10s.
No matter
Okay.
the cost.
So stable
And-
DPS.
And let's look at the
Skeletons
Assassin
have
is 4
a
SRM6.
quad LPL bludgeon, so that's a little unusual. Warhammer 6R is the, I would say, Pug Q favorite. 6 ER Meads, 2 Goss. And then they have the K9 with your usual 5 MPL.
So we can see the bludgeon taking some early fire, getting the scrape damage for the K9, getting it down to 92%.
Yeah, I think Earl and Andy really need to move up, like push up on the left here, and then they just need to get Bedhanger staring down and Angle just pumping DPS, because Skeletons can just out-trade with the mechs they have. Just
All right,
with
looks
the
like
bludgeon and the Warhammer.
Looks like they're moving to the north side here. The Warhammer and Urban mech on the red team, they are exposing towards all 3 of the mechs. Meanwhile, the bludgeon seems to be wrapping around the opposite side of the building, of the cover there.
Took a lot of punishment. I think he's got a Goss
The
crit.
enemies are half depleted.
He just died! The
Pushing.
Goss
And
crit!
he-
Experiencing some losses.
Oh,
Don't
yeah, that
get
mech is made of
sloppy
glass.
out there.
Yeah, XL on that bad boy. Your mech's going down as soon as you get opened up.
Yeah,
And
and
now
with
they're just
that,
pushing the advantage.
the Annihilator can move up without being they're not even looking at the Annihilator right now. They have 2 mechs in front of them, which can play to their advantage, because the Annihilator can't do anything right now. You got the K9 Earl Walker down at 59%.
Yeah, he's
Andy
been
mech
locked
pulling
out of the
back.
way leg.
We can't lose any more
So-
soldiers.
But meanwhile, Bed's coming around the other side and just going to be laying into this Warhammer. I don't think, like...
Oh,
this is interesting, though.
the Warhammer showing the backside to the Assassin with the SRMs. That's a dangerous move.
If they can turn around and pick this Assassin, can they just ring around the Rosie and run away from the Annihilator to take the win? Like, I think they might be
Maybe,
able
but
to.
they dropped a strike on Andy Mech, but it didn't seem to catch him at all.
We've almost
But
got them all. Clean up the
Beat Hammer.
survivors.
Yeah, Bedhanger just one shot straight through the rear
Command
CT of the
ground
Irby,
forces.
just
We're detecting no more
insta-kill.
hostiles. Good
Yep.
job, soldiers.
Exposing back to an Annihilator is a recipe for GG. And I believe that's upset right there. Upset against my equation of less tonnage equals lose.
It is. You
I
have
do
been
take the
officially disproven.
I've been
Looking,
debunked.
you've been debunked. One last fake news. No, I'm kidding. Looking at the damage numbers, the Annihilator 392 damage, the Assassin 21 doing 308. Over on the K9 by the 118 damage, but went down to a legging. Meanwhile, the bludgeon on the red team 218 damage. The Warhammer 6R though was only able to eke out
Yeah.
75 damage. That mech got critted out very early, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know what I can say about that mech that won't be hurtful. Not to the pilot, but to the build. I have never been a fan of that Warhammer build. I mean, you see this actually in comp a lot now in like the top divisions where you used to see a lot of mechs like maybe the Mad Cat. I mean, the days of the Kodiak, things that had Gauss rifles inside torsos, and people are just getting rid of it in favor of just putting the Gausses in the arms because of that right there. Because as soon as your side torso gets opened up, your Gauss rifle gets crit, your side torso blows up, and if you're in an XL mech especially, you just die. Like basically as soon as your side torso's open up, you're dead. And that's obviously not great. And basically what happened to him there, I mean, just stepped out, had too much face time with the Annihilator. Bedhanger had some good shots. I think the lights also got in on him there and just dead.
Yeah, and with that, that brings us to our team switch. So Rumsgurken is now on team 2, and Skeletons Like Pie is now team 1. It also brings us to Frozen City, Frozen City Knight, which, by the way, learned the hard way that the spawns are backwards.
Are they?
So this is actually team 1, and this is team 2.
Oh yeah, never mind. You are right.
I know because I started calling out the red team and I'm like, wait a minute,
We can do.
why is the team over here?
This is hard to trace on a wireless mouse.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
I mean, I could bring up the non-skirmish version of this. It's just that it's then we have conquest points.
All right. Well, I mean, both teams are already locked. Once again, Rumsgurken determined to prove you can win with lower tonnage. At 175, I don't think any lance movements. Both teams just don't seem to mind. So, we'll see if that matters. I mean, I think with 3 mechs, it realistically doesn't. I mean, you're not rushing for a cap point or anything, so it makes it a little less important.
We should message them. You guys know you can change your lances, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the other teams did that, right? I mean, you saw Waffle House moving around a little bit.
Yeah, you see, like look at that, the on the mini map compared to the map strat.
Look at how much better Bravo spawn is for the top side team. Come on. It's closer to everything.
Yeah, and you got a Scorch sitting there. Let's take a look at that Scorch build while we're waiting here. It is the dual LB20 4 SRM6s with Artemis.
What's the command once you click on them to bring up the overlay?
Enter. Oh, to bring up like all the pieces that I'm bringing up.
The thing where you can see what the mech has on it.
Oh, click
Just
on
so
hit P, hit P to to free up your mouse. Click on it and then hit enter.
No matter the cost.
That's the okay. Enter is the one I didn't know.
Yeah.
They got a dual heavy Gauss catapult going at crisp 45 kph.
And a miss links to round it out. Meanwhile, over on the blue team, we've got a Bushwhacker 2P, a Wolfhound 2, and a Sleipnir. Let's take a look at that Bushwhacker build.
That is, 4 mediums and 2 LBX 10s on the Bushwhacker. So I think we saw something similar to that taken by, was that the other? Might have been the other SKCM team. I don't know. But the Sleipnir, also importantly, quad LBX 10. So if he gets up in the face of stuff in the armpit, that's going to be, I don't know. If that thing goes up against the Scorch, I don't know who's going to take that. They both punch really hard.
So Skeletons Like Pie is approaching the dropship there. You can see the Rumsgurken is holding back into the low ground there. Though now moving forward, now that the Scorch and the Catapult are have met up. You can see Andy-Mech in the Mistlinks is getting some scouting information, finding the Wolfhound, and trading up against him, but also is going to find that Bushwhacker. And here we go. And meanwhile, that Sleipnir cresting and the Scorch.
But the Scorch does have 2 mechs in its back. But freaking carves apart the Cyclops. Yeah, I think he lost an arm in the back there. Could have actually been killed. That was a very scary push. But I think, I mean, that match just ended in 5 seconds right there. this Scorch is just gonna rip apart this Bushwhacker. And there's only so much that what's that? The other
Yeah.
mech, Fire Ant, can do
Big
in that Wolfhound.
big strikes though. The Scorch is cut in half. He's down to 1 LB22 SRM6s, but does take out the Bushwhacker. And Andy Mech follows
And
up by
boom.
taking up the Wolfhound.
Sub 2-minute match. I mean,
Sub 2
there
minute
you
match
go.
3-0.
That's the explosive play we sort of expect to see in 3v3s. But man, I mean, they could have just deployed a Mislinks and a Scorch to the field. Like, jeez.
Yeah,
Some
absolutely. All
just
right.
good crits and just, man, plowed right through that Cyclops.
Look at the damage number. The Scorch, 508 damage, and made very quick work of the mechs on the field there. Andy Mech doing a respectable 264 to Mislinks. And the Catapult, despite having dual heavy Gauss, was only able to eke out 149 damage. Meanwhile, on the blue team, the Bushwhacker P2 eking out the top at 282. The Wolfhound 199. The Sleipnir you would expect to have seen do way more damage, but he got focused down very quickly and got deleted from the field handily by the Scorch.
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, it was the Scorch and the Mislinks. They both kind of just ganged on that, ganged up on the
Yeah.
Sleipnir and got it down as quick as possible.
That is crit city right there. Bunch of machine guns and a couple LB20s. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that will bring us to drop 4. Don't worry, Skeletons Like Pie, they are not out of the woods yet. They can still eke a win here on HPG, which is the next map that's coming up. If they're able to eke out a win here, that will move them on to Forest Colony Classic. So that'll be the first time that we've seen that on stream today. And looking at the spread in the ladder spread there, nobody has gone 3-2.
Poor
At
Forest.
least not yet.
I want to see it.
Just once. Can we see it once? Maybe.
Can I see Forest and then see that tunnel strat? Now that would be OG.
That would certainly be interesting to watch. So where we have seen people spawn so far is here and here.
Was it Bravo? Yeah.
Yeah, Bravo spawns. I think the Team 1 Bravo spawn is the correct one, right? Or is
Yeah,
it?
so it's basically just I think it's here, and like here-ish. The A spawn might be the same. And then for the other side, I'm pretty sure Charlie. Actually, this one might be moved back a bit. Bravo is up in the pit by Kappa, and I think Alpha is a little closer.
Yeah,
so it might be more like that.
Yeah, this is just the challenge of using Conquest map strats for skirmish.
Because nobody plays competitive skirmish.
Not often, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I will see if the team does something different. I think honestly in this format, and even in general in this map, Team 1's basically locked into Bravo. I mean, that spawn is just, it's the best way under the wall. It's the fastest way in. You know, you get to the Delta 6 area, which is where you kind of want to hold if you're doing something in the mid tier. So just like the best spawn. From Team 2, you kind of have options. They don't have great access to the wall. They don't have a lot of good cover over there unless you really get up in that like Echo 3 wall area. Or maybe, Delta 3. So if they did want to do something like that, they probably want to spawn Bravo. But if they want to just go inside, they could pretty much spawn wherever.
Absolutely. All right, interesting. Team 1 is locked up in Alpha Lance. And it looks like Team 2 might be locking up the same. I don't know. They're sitting there. They got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to make that decision, and then we do move on. Each team gets 3 minutes in between matches to sort out mechs and lances. So it's our job to fill in the dead air.
Mm-hmm.
But we have seen at least we have seen one wall strat. It didn't end up in a tie. We had to redrop that, and that was with Waffle House. Waffle House and what was the other team?
Dead Squirrel.
Dead Squirrel Madness.
I kept saying Dead Squirrel. Now, yeah, I forgot what the third word was.
I thought it was Mafia. All I said was Ma in the.
That would have been a great one. Dead Squirrel
right?
Mafia.
Mafia. But no, so that HPG match went to a draw, and that was an exciting Piranha versus Shadowcat matchup that where they ended up there. I'm just gonna give them a 130 warning just
Um,
to bump them along here. But yeah, that
yeah.
was a redrop, and then that
So,
turned, and that's what exposed that Executioner, and they've been playing it since.
now I think you'll probably see, like if you could still see a wall. Like I will
We very
say that I don't think it was done in a good way by Waffle House. Although we're already locked up, so I guess we can launch. But yeah,
Yep.
if you go for a wall strat or any sort of strategy like that, where you're planning on being really long range, I frankly like. There's pros and cons to PPCs. I'm kind of surprised they've taken off this year. I think it's because uh, I've heard that the splash damage is not affected by range,
Mm.
uh, which is a like compelling reason to take them. Even and I think they also have better range than lasers now. But the biggest problem is you got to hit with them, and like unless you're shooting at an assault or a heavy, you're probably like not going to be able to make those shots from that sort of range. So I'm surprised that for going on the wall where it's not an easy shot and you're just looking at a background of gray, so it's hard to even see the mechs. They went with all PPCs up there. And like I said, in the match, I think they need to move to an area where they had like some cover. That's the biggest problem with the wall, is if you get pushed on, it's very hard to survive.
All right, there we go. Both teams are dropping in
This
an
is
alpha
Command.
spawn.
And
Eliminate
then
all
I was gonna
enemies,
say, in
no matter the
typical
cost.
Bizarro fashion, the alpha spawn for this map is where the Charlie spawn is in Conquest. So looking at the Rumskirk side, we have, oh, is that Victor Heavy Gauss? No, okay, it's the 2 AC10s, 1 AC5, all UX, I should say. The Black Widow is dual Heavy Gauss, and then they have a Commando with, yeah, just a bunch of Serms.
All right, let's go and take a look at the other team here. It's going to warp over there. We got a Wolfhound 2 with Fire, piloted by Fire Ant, about to meet up against Andy Mech in the Commando, getting that
Slow
early
Wolfhound
vision.
Nutty. I'm gonna
It's another
cry.
one. Oh no, it's another sub 100.
It only goes like 104.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got a Bushwhacker P2 and a Sleipnir again. Of course, Skeleton Company's Skeleton Lakes Pie able to bring these mechs out because of the fact that they lost the last round, so they
But they brought
those
the
mechs are still
same.
available to them.
They brought the same LBX build, and I mean, minus the Scorch, I feel like the Rumsgurgen side has taken a very similar deck.
There we go.
So
The Victor peeks up against the Bushwhacker and was able to tear it down a bit, but they're even 92% damage each. Now the Victor's taking damage from the Sleipnir, getting down to 85%. The Sleipnir, though, taking a lot of damage very quickly, 81% to 73% for that Victor. Andy Mech walking through their own strike to try to chase
but he
down
is
some of the
getting a
blue
really
team
good
there.
position from that to shred this Cyclops in the back. And the Wolfhound is not turning around from Skeletons. I don't think he knows SRMs are just being fired over his shoulder.
25%
And the
of
Cyclops
enemies
just
are
stares straight ahead
eliminated.
and gets taken
We
out
lost
himself.
half our force.
Yeah,
We
Andy
can't
might be able to
lose
get this
any more
Wolfhound
soldiers.
actually here if he gets another good reg on the right torso.
We've taken critical
This is the
losses.
danger of
Oh,
ignoring a
my-
commando. This
what
is
if, like,
This is why you'd
Yeah.
never ignore a commando.
I mean,
The
he
enemies are
might
half
even get this
depleted.
Bushwhacker
Keep
here.
pushing.
Bedhanger one-clicking his left torso, but I mean, he just needs to keep staring down that Bushwhacker right now with the fact that
Seriously.
Andy Mac is just going to walk through the back of their team.
Anyone ready?
Okay.
Andy Mech cleaned up the entire team. Wow.
Wow. He only had 66 shots left to SRMs too. He was actually pretty close to running out of ammo. I mean, yeah, that's thumbs up, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Let's look at the numbers here. Andy Mech 384 in the commando, taking all 3 kills. That was like I think it's pretty safe to say that's like 100% back shots, or like 95% back shot. Like
Yeah.
that was a solid showing by Andy Mech and that commando. 384, 320 for the Black Widow, which did die, and then the Victor doing 287. Meanwhile, the Bushwhacker did a lot of damage, 401, and some of that was strike. And then the other two were sitting in the mid 200s there. But that commando play by Andy, that was
I mean,
fantastic.
that's what I was clamoring for, like the Piranhas to do in the earlier match, because the Commando, like you said, you can't ignore a Commando on your back; it'll do damage. But the Piranhas have even more DPS, and I mean, just look at how he just ripped that team apart. Like, just absolutely took them apart. And I mean, they were pretty slow to turn around. I would say Fire Ant and the Wolfhound getting picked there was definitely not great. But even the case of like the Cyclops didn't really have a good option to turn around. I mean, Rumskirchen did a good job of like having that two-pronged push, so they couldn't just turn around to deal with the Commando without getting shot in the back.
Hmm. No, exactly. So with that, Rumsgurken does win 3 drops to 1 versus Skeletons Like Pie. Let's take a quick peek at the leaderboards and see if we can get any updates on any matches. So
Yes.
that
So go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because I've refreshed the page faster than you,
Yeah, go ahead.
that the Dread Pilot Squeebs team has taken 3-0 against Waffle House, according to the
Wow,
thing. Yeah.
that's kind of
So.
unexpected because Waffle House was playing quite well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's a tough that's a tough loss. Tough loss. So with that,
Yep.
that puts Dread Pilot Squeebs into the winners bracket final, and they're going to be facing Rumsgurken.
Looks like the No Skill Just Luck versus Sky Rangers is happening right now, with No Skill Just Luck up by 1 and a 2-1 lead. And I believe, yep, Iron Ferret Squad played their match out against Nuck 1 and has moved on 3-0. So yeah, and then I guess, I don't know if this was here before we checked, but Templars, I guess, has forfeited their loser bracket match as well, which means that now it's going to be Iron Ferret Squad versus Shrek and Shrek at the bottom. In
Yeah,
loser
absolutely.
bracket
And
2.2.
so it looks like though, so Nuck One did forfeit their first match, but it looks like they were able to come back to get that second to play in the lower bracket, which they were 3-0'd. They lost 3-0s rather to Iron Ferret Squad. So it's good to see that they were at least able to get their team back. Ember Wolves again did forfeit against Dead Squirrel Madness. Again, I almost called it Dead Squirrel Mafia. I almost did it. So Dead Squirrel Madness is now sitting in the losers bracket. They're going to be, or lower bracket rather. They're going to be facing No Skill Just Luck for their next round, and then the winner of that match will go on to face Waffle House in the lower bracket round 3. So we have cleared up all of the all of the winners brackets matches for the lead up to the finals. So
No, not quite. No, we still
yeah,
have one more. Could we have our winners bracket final? So I guess,
no, because I said winners bracket before the finals.
yeah, but
So
even though it's listed on the site, I did check with live. So the next winners bracket, that winners bracket final slot of Dread Pilot Squeebs versus, I guess it's gonna be Rumskirchen.
mm-hmm.
That will be in the best of 5 format. So only the grand finals are going to be best of 7.
Gotcha. All right, so that means we'll have one more best of 5 to cast for winners bracket round winners bracket round 4. So now we're just, I think, is that it? Are we finished casting all the matches that
Wow.
we need to cast today?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take off. I know they were offering for us to cast more. I did see just now, just to update one of the things we said, that No Skill Just Luck went in a 3-2 victory over Sky Rangers. So we did miss Forest Colony getting played.
Oh,
So a small update to the bracket there. But yeah, I think that'll be it from us. I haven't seen anybody else poke their head out in the Shoutcaster channel. This is a slow weekend for everybody, so
yeah,
yeah. So I
absolutely.
think we'll I don't know if the teams are playing out the rest of their matches tonight. I think there will be some saved until next week though. But it sounds like
Yeah,
the third week will not be getting played. So it's all going to be condensed in the 2 weeks.
yeah. So I guess it'll be next next weekend for the upcoming matches. I don't know if any of them are going to be played tomorrow or not. Just keep an eye on the MWO Comp Twitter and also in the MWO Comp Discord to find out more information on when these matches are coming up, and also keep an eye on the tournament website for information around the teams that are participating, who they are, and of course their kind of their space in the ladder here. Yeah, that was a fun day. That was a little hectic.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a little
But I
bit.
mean-
I felt not as prepared as I'd like, but I don't know. I certainly had fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of everything in all those matches, so I like that. You know, there's some variety. I didn't see any sort of dire star though. No nuclear mad cat. None of that like 90-point alpha mech. So a little disappointed, gotta
Just
say. But
just a
it's
slow
pretty good.
wolfhound.
Yeah, dude. That yeah, it was a great day except for those 2 times. Those guys, they hurt me. They wounded me emotionally.
You're gonna have to go play some real wolfhounds to feel better.
It's yeah, I'm gonna have to go like frantically like in a cold sweat go build the wolfhound with the biggest engine possible. Like it goes fast.
All right. Well, congratulations to all the winners, and good games to everybody who has who were able to play today. Whether we were able to cast you or if you played your match offline. All the best to all the teams out there, and to everybody that's watching over on the MW Leagues channel. Thank you very much for joining in. My name is Nutty Rat,
And I'm drinking water and one last bite.
All right, thanks again for tuning in, folks, and we will hopefully see you soon for more competitive Mech Warrior action. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and take care, Mech Warriors.